The Bermuda Triangle, legends, awe, and the lure of the unknown across the centuries. Few places on Earth have captured the imagination and fear of the public like the Bermuda Triangle, nicknamed the Devil's Triangle. This stretch of Atlantic Ocean has been the stage for hundreds of mysterious disappearances, eerie stories, relentless scientific debate, and a never-ending stream of legends blending fact and fiction. For creators, it is a goldmine. Stories of vanishing ships, missing planes, cautions for navigators, and a dazzling array of explanations ranging from magnetic anomalies to time warps, methane gas eruptions, paranormal activity, and underwater alien bases. Imagine a place on Earth where ships vanish without a trace. Planes radio all's well, then disappear forever. Where explorers, scientists, and sailors have all met the same fate, swallowed by an invisible, unexplained force. Welcome to the Bermuda Triangle, the most mysterious and feared stretch of ocean on the planet. But is it really cursed or simply misunderstood? Tonight we venture into its secrets. Are you ready? The Bermuda Triangle is not officially marked on any map, but ask anyone about maritime mysteries and this region instantly looms large. Defined loosely by the points of Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, the triangle spans a vast swath of ocean, anywhere from 500,000 to 1.5 million square miles. This is no empty wasteland. It is one of the world's most heavily trafficked shipping lanes, hosting thousands of vessels and hundreds of aircraft every year. And yet, throughout modern history, this corridor has amassed an outsized reputation for disaster. The very waters that carried Columbus toward the New World have, again and again, been the site of unbelievable vanishings. But why? Is it only myth and media hype, or is something truly terrifying at play? Part 1. Haunting History and Geography. The infamous triangle, the concept of a Bermuda Triangle, first appeared in a 1964 article by Vincent Gaddis, who described this Atlantic patch as a place that has destroyed hundreds of ships and planes without a trace. But the stories go further back. Sailors in the 19th century reported ships vanishing in calm weather, their fate forever unknown. Christopher Columbus himself, during his 1492 journey, noted strange occurrences, a great flame of fire crash landing into the sea, and then bizarre erratic compass readings, possibly the result of the area's unique magnetic properties. Why so many disappearances? Between the mid-19th century and today, an estimated 50 ships and 20 aircraft have been lost in the Bermuda Triangle, with no trace, no survivors, no wreckage left behind in many cases. In 1918, the USS Cyclops, a U.S. Navy cargo ship, vanished with 306 people aboard. There were no distress calls. In December 1945, an entire squadron known as Flight 19 disappeared during a routine training flight. The rescue plane sent to find them vanished as well. Commercial airliners, private yachts, and even massive tankers such as the Marine Sulphur Queen have simply dropped out of existence between these points. The legends grew. Tales of ghost ships found drifting, crews forever missing, logs stopping mid-sentence, and pilots' frantic last messages lost in static and silence. Case study: the ghost ship Minerva, one of the eeriest local stories, is that of the Minerva, a trading vessel built in Bermuda that vanished in 1849 and reappeared 2 years later, drifting crewless into its home harbor. The captain's log, intact, gave her last known position thousands of miles away. How did the Minerva wind its way home, forsaken and empty against all odds? To this day, no one knows. Part 2. Unspeakable anomalies and phenomena, magnetic mysteries. One reason the Bermuda Triangle's reputation has endured is its association with strange navigational phenomena. The region is one of the few places on Earth where true north and magnetic north sometimes align perfectly, a spot called the agonic line. Navigators relying on compass bearings can lose their way, especially if they don't correct for magnetic variation. While professional captains account for this, the area's shifting lines can leave even the best prepared crews dangerously disoriented. Reports abound of compasses spinning wildly, navigation systems blacking out, and ships or planes sailing straight into the unknown. Rogue waves, hurricanes, and violent weather. The triangle is not just mysterious, it's perilous. Its waters are among the Atlantic's most unpredictable, lying at the crossroads of powerful ocean currents. The Gulf Stream, running through the region at speeds over 6 feet per second, can rapidly sweep debris and entire vessels far from where they disappear, hampering rescue efforts and leaving no trace behind. The area is also prone to fierce squalls, sudden downbursts of cold air, and some of the Atlantic's most violent hurricanes. Modern research even notes the existence of rogue waves, gigantic, spontaneous towers of water rising up to 100 feet that could easily capsize a ship and erase all evidence within seconds. Electronic fog and plasma effects pilots have described entering what they called electronic fog, a strange, luminous mist causing severe instrument malfunction and disorientation. Some research points to the presence of plasma, strong electromagnetic fields, and massive solar radiation anomalies in the region, compounded by naturally occurring hot and cold water flows in the Atlantic Ocean. Methane gas eruptions, a less glamorous but scientifically intriguing explanation, involves methane gas hydrates resting beneath the ocean floor. If these methane deposits suddenly erupt, they could form massive underwater bubbles, reducing water density and causing ships to lose buoyancy and sink in seconds. Scientists have demonstrated this phenomenon in labs, and deposits of methane have been confirmed in parts of the triangle, notably around the Blake Plateau. However, there is no direct evidence that a methane eruption has ever sunk a ship in the region. Van Allen radiation belts and atmospheric instabilities, cutting edge. Research adds to the puzzle by suggesting that the region may be affected by the Earth's Van Allen radiation belts. Astronauts have reported heightened levels of cosmic rays and solar radiation above the triangle, which have caused malfunctions in satellites and even the Hubble Space Telescope while passing overhead. Add to this climate instability, underwater volcanoes, and the world's deepest Atlantic trench, the Puerto Rico Trench, and you have a natural crucible of chaos and uncertainty. Part 3. Legendary Disappearances. Flight 19 December 5, 1945. 5 TBM Avenger bombers left Fort Lauderdale for what should have been a simple training flight. What happened next is one of history's most haunting unsolved mysteries. The flight's leader, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, radioed that both his compasses had gone out and that he could no longer identify his position. His final frantic transmission, "We can't tell where we are, everything looks strange, even the ocean." Moments later, static filled the air and Flight 19 vanished. The rescue plane sent to hunt for the missing aviators disappeared as well, and 27 lives were lost without a trace. The U.S. Navy's official verdict, reasons unknown. Some later ascribed the loss to navigational error, bad weather, and instrument failure, but no wreckage has ever been definitively identified as Flight 19's. The vanishing of the USS Cyclops in March 1918, the massive USS Cyclops, carrying 306 crew and passengers, simply ceased to exist on its route from Barbados to Baltimore. She sent no distress call, and despite one of the largest maritime searches in history, not a single piece of the ship was ever found. Notably, 2 of her sister ships would later vanish in the same waters, fueling generations of speculation about curses, sabotage, and supernatural intervention. The Carroll A. Deering found aground at Diamond Shoals, North Carolina in 1921. The 5-masted schooner, Carroll A. Deering, was entirely abandoned. Her log last updated at sea. Her crew vanished forever. Was it mutiny, piracy, or something stranger? Investigations revealed no answers. The recurring pattern, countless other ships and planes have suffered the same fate. The Douglas DC-3 lost en route from Puerto Rico to Miami in 1948, with 32 souls aboard, countless pleasure yachts, and even military crafts with trained, experienced crews. Part 4. Paranormal and supernatural theories, alien abduction, and underwater bases. With so much mystery, it's no surprise that the Bermuda Triangle is a magnet for the wildest theories. Some suggest the region hides an alien underwater base, where extraterrestrials abduct ships and planes for research, explaining the absence of wreckage and distress signals. Pilots and sailors have reported strange lights in the sky, odd metallic objects underwater, and even being trailed by glowing orbs before vanishing from radio contact. Theorists latch onto statistics suggesting a greater number of reported UFO sightings near the Triangle's vertices than elsewhere in the Atlantic, though official databases tie most disappearances to more mundane causes. Atlantis and Time Warp's author Charles Berlitz famously linked the Bermuda Triangle to the lost city of Atlantis, conjecturing that advanced Atlantean tech, perhaps fire crystals, still emitting powerful energy fields, was responsible for navigational blackouts, electromagnetic anomalies, and disappearances. Still others propose time warps or interdimensional portals, natural or artificial pathways that swallow ships and planes, shunting them into other eras, distant galaxies, or alternate realities. Tales of watches stopping, Travelers returning moments after vanishing, and even electronic fog shifting the fabric of time are common features in triangle lore. Ghost stories and legends. The cultural storytelling around the triangle is replete with spectral tales. Ghost ships found adrift, cabins in eerie order, meals set on the table, entire crews vanished into thin air. Fishermen and sailors claiming to see phantom vessels gliding silently at dusk, guided home by lost spirits or watched over by lights in the mist. Folklore that paints the ocean itself as haunted, cursed by ancient rituals, unlucky weather, or even vengeful sea gods. These stories are amplified by literature, pop culture, and Hollywood movies. Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind famously depicted the crews of Flight 19 as having been abducted and then returned by aliens, forever cementing the triangle's place in pop culture's supernatural canon. Part 5, Science Fights Back Natural Explanations. Is the triangle actually cursed? Serious analysis, from insurance companies to oceanographers, largely debunks the rumor that the Bermuda Triangle is uniquely dangerous. Lloyd's of London, which insures shipping worldwide, does not charge higher rates for vessels traversing the region. Scientific organizations like NOAA attribute the pattern of disappearances to a combination of violent weather and unpredictable currents, navigational errors due to magnetic variation, human mistakes, and overloaded ships' natural hazards like rogue waves, sudden storms, and undersea topography. Many events once attributed to supernatural phenomena can, upon investigation, be traced to common causes: equipment failure, storms, fuel shortage, or cumulative human error. It must be admitted, however, that nature provides ample reason for vigilance in these waters. With its ferocious hurricanes, rapidly changing wind and wave conditions, and powerful oceanic currents, the Bermuda Triangle is a place where nature rules, and she can be as terrifying as any ghost. The myth endures, despite the evidence dismissing the whole phenomenon as a manufactured mystery, ignores the genuine gaps in our knowledge. The ocean is vast and poorly mapped. Its deepest trenches still hold secrets, and there remain tantalizingly a handful of incidents that truly defy all explanation. Conclusion: fact and fear forever intertwined. So, is the Bermuda Triangle truly cursed? Or is it simply the world's most notorious and misunderstood shipping lane? The answer may lie in the intersection of science and storytelling, reality and legend. What is undeniable is the region's power to inspire awe, fear, and endless speculation, a place where, even in the age of satellites and GPS, the unknown still reigns. The Atlantic Ocean is vast, but there's one patch of water where legends drown, reality blurs, and the world's bravest become the world's vanished. It's called the Bermuda Triangle. For centuries, it has swallowed ships, devoured planes, and haunted the dreams of explorers. But why? Tonight, we dive into the facts, the fear, and the mind-bending mysteries that have kept the Bermuda Triangle unsolved. Christopher Columbus sailed these waters in 1492. He wrote of crashing fireballs from the sky and compasses gone mad. Since then, sailors and pilots have vanished without a trace. By some estimates, nearly 50 ships and 20 planes are lost to the Triangle forever. 1918. The USS Cyclops sends no distress call and is never seen again. 1945, 5 Navy bombers known as Flight 19 disappear in perfect weather. Their rescue plane follows with all hands lost. Fishermen find empty vessels and ghost ships drifting silently into port crews gone, as if plucked from the decks. Magnetic compasses spinning, electronic fog engulfing entire planes. Sudden hurricanes strike from nowhere. The Triangle is bathed in currents so strong, they can drag ships for miles, swallowing evidence as fast as disaster strikes. A pilot radios, "Both my compasses are out, everything looks strange." Moments later, only silence. Are the disappearances the work of angry ocean gods? Could an alien base lurk beneath the waves, snatching ships and souls alike? Is Atlantis still sending out deadly energy beams? Or does a time warp or portal open here, gulping down anyone unlucky enough to cross? But the skeptics argue this is no supernatural phenomenon. The Triangle's magnetic quirks can befuddle instruments. Sudden storms, rogue waves, and underwater volcanoes have all played their murderous parts. Swathes of natural methane gas can bubble up, swallowing entire vessels in seconds. Yet, for all the science, mystery remains. No insurance premium is higher here. No official danger zone exists. Still, the triangles of history, fear, and curiosity overlap, making these waters forever infamous. So what do you think? Is the Bermuda Triangle a puzzle science just hasn't solved? Or the greatest supernatural enigma of our time? Like and subscribe for more mysteries that defy explanation. And remember, sometimes the darkest places on the map aren't even marked.